Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Today we're going to go through some answers for calculating sig figs. There are two rules. If we're adding or subtracting, we look at the number of decimals. We go with the lowest. If we are multiplying or dividing, we're looking at the number of sig figs. Again, we go with the lowest. Those are our two rules for calculations and significant figures. So for number 1, I've went through all of these, and I'm just going to do the calculation. 39.76 minus 3.735. Your answer you get should be 36.025. That's just using our calculator. Now we have to round to the correct number of sig figs. How do we know the correct number of sig figs? We look at our rules over here. We are adding and subtracting. So we're going to look at the number of decimals and go with the lowest. Number 1, this first number has 2 decimal places. Our second number has 3 decimal places. 2 is lower than 3, so we would like to round our answer to our second decimal place. Second decimal place happens to be this 2. When we look behind it, it's going to round that 2 to a 3 because it's a 5. So our answer rounded to the correct number of sig figs is 36.03. Just going to do about 3 more on the plus and addition and subtraction. That way we understand. Number 4, for example, is 27.9 minus 6.15. When we do that, our calculator gives us 21.75. We're going to look at the number of decimal places. Our first number has 1 decimal place. Our second number has 2 decimal places. 1 is lower than 2, so we're going to round to our first decimal place. When I look behind, it's going to round up. 21.8 is our correct answer. That is rounded to the correct number of sig figs. We're going to do one more. Number 7, 5.24 plus 27.847. When I enter that into my calculator, I get 33.087. My first number has 2 decimal places. My second number has 3 decimal places. 2 is smaller than 3, so I'm going to look at our second decimal place. Look behind it. It again gets rounded up. So our answer, 33.09. That is how you do addition and subtraction. Next, we're going to do multiplication and division. So remember, our rule for multiplication and division is we're going to look at the number of significant figures in each of the given numbers, and our answer is going to be rounded to the lowest number of significant figures. We're going to go ahead and do number 12. So when I put that in my calculator, 0.4 times 89.1 times 4008, I'm going to get 142,845.12. How do I know where to round that? I need to look at the number of significant figures. So number 12, this first number we have is given 1 significant figure. Our next one has 3 significant figures, and our last one has 4 significant figures. 1 is the lowest. So I'm going to look at the first significant figure, counting from the left and looking over. Our first significant figure, the one with the most value, is that 1. When I look behind it, there's a 4. So it's going to round to the same. So 1, and then fill in the rest of zeros. And that is our correct answer, 100,000. Let's go with number 15. 2,900 divided by 47.0. When I put that in my calculator, I get 61.702,127. Okay. Again, I'm looking at the number of significant figures. My first number given to me has 2. My second number given to me has 3. 2 is smaller. Here's our first significant figure, second significant figure. We're going to look behind. So I'm going to round that to 62. Last one, number 17. 0.3 times 446 times 30, 4,014. Looking at the sig figs, this has 1 significant digit. Our second number has 3 significant digits. Our third number has 1 significant digit. So we need to round to this first one. When I look behind the 4, it's going to stay the same, 4,000. Our test on this is Friday. If you are still not understanding this concept, you need to get a hold of me. You need to attend a Google Meet. Have a wonderful day.